we have a few trucks for sale. So if you're not on the Facebook or the Instagram, see, you'd already know this. You're missing out. So go follow us on Instagram and Facebook, Briansfarmingvidoes. But anyways, Dad and I are both selling our pickups. Figured we would just do a little bit of a walk around and show off the trucks. We've also got some kids running around here playing basketball. And then Dad's over there watching the live stream. And I can hear myself echoing in the background. But anyways, figured we would just start with my truck. So this is a 2004. This is an LLY Duramax engine. It's got 104,835 miles. So flip this around here and show the inside. So this is an LS model, which if you remember back in 04, there was LT, LS, and work truck, I do believe. This is the LS, but I did put leather seats in it, and it had a center console. That was really some of the main options for a LT model truck. Dax, you're being a little noisy, dude. Now, the truck hasn't been cleaned out or anything. This is just how it looked from planting season. So it's dusty, it's dirty. It was in a barn. Apparently a bird used it for a throne. But I am asking with the bed. This is a Hughes aluminum service bed. With the bed and everything, I'm asking $32,000. Without the bed, $22,000. So I'm valuing the bed at $10,000. I believe a new bed like that is. I paid $15,000 for that one, so I'm gonna guess $17,000. Basically, by the time I move that bed, have it repainted and everything, that's kind of how I was valuing that. Otherwise, I'll move that bed. I don't care. I mean, it's aluminum, has no real problems with it. If you're not familiar with the bed, like I said, all aluminum. There's quite a few options. The tools don't go with it. The air compressor does not go with it. So like that stuff would all come out. Yeah, it'd be fine. The drawers that are in it, they stay in it. This would go with the truck. There's an inverter that would go in with the truck. And all the stickers, they go with the truck. But all the tools come out. It does have a drop tailgate. Channel bed has a fifth wheel in it. It's a, I believe it's a B&W flatbed fifth wheel plate. So it has a turnover ball style fifth wheel. Works fine. In the interior, outside of the seats I put in it, has a Pioneer radio, Bluetooth. What else have I done? Oh, there's heated seats in it. And there's a Midland MXT 400 radio that would come with it. One thing that is wrong in the inside, I know. This, I never put a bolt in it. That's just one bolt. The radio, that speaker will cut out when you hit a bump sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't. And the air conditioner, half of it's blowing hot air for some reason. I completely forgot about that till I drove around the block just a minute ago, and then it dawned on me I need to get that fixed. So the passenger side heater is stuck on it. But other than that, I can't think of any problems with the truck. In fact, had some stuff done to it this winter. Told the guy to go through it and basically anything that needed replaced, replace. Told him I wanted to be able to drive this truck to California if I had to, so had 4 new shocks put on it, rear brake pads, transfer case serviced, oil change, gear oil, I'm guessing he means the pumpkins. Trans was serviced, had new carrier bearing put in it, fuel filter housing rebuilt, exhaust hanger, and then I also had the rear shock mounts redone. They were kind of rusted out. Underneath of the truck, it is pretty clean. The rocker panels are pretty normal to the rust on these trucks. Oh, about close you guys up. So underneath, this one's not too bad, but I would say in the next 2 years, maybe longer, maybe shorter, depending on where you live, you have to put some rockers in it. Right now, they're not visibly rusted out from the outward appearance, but when you crawl under it, you can see some. The door seams. This has been this way since I bought the truck in 2016, but at some point that might be an issue. I might have had this door panel off at one point, and that bulb never went back in there. Put different mirrors on it, and I had to pull the door panel and whoops. Rear door seam, not too bad. I couldn't remember how it looked. Other side, about the same. The bumper, we got a hooligan down. The bumper, I was going to replace it if I kept it. It is starting to show its age. That's there. That door seam there. This is probably the worst side, I guess. But again, I'd say 2 years. Be my guess. Oh, we've got a situation. But read some of the questions here. Now, I'm not going to tell everybody what we're getting. That'll be in the video. We got to pay for the truck somehow. For sale, not on sale. Don't forget that part. That is true. It is not on sale. It is for sale. So I did buy this truck in 2016. It had 58,000 miles when I found it. Walks and wax to Pennsylvania. For the right price. So like I said, the truck is not cleaned. I mean, it will be washed and everything. I literally just unhooked the seat tender and brought them both out here. So let's see here. That's really all that I can think of on this truck for now. If anyone has any questions about it, feel free to let me know. It does have 285s on it. Mickey Thompson Bajas, they're probably, I don't know, about that far. Rear tire's about the same. And then I also have the stock wheels. I think they're size 265s. It needs new tires on the stock set, but that center cap is cracked. Uh-oh, looks like we got a delivery at the house. I wonder what Mrs. Brown has bought now. But yeah, that's the tires. They probably have, I don't know, 25,000 miles on them. Now, on the dad's truck, this is a 2015 LTZ Duramax 3/4 ton. I believe he has just at 100,000 miles on it. There you go. Oh, 99,496 miles. So he is selling it as is, with the, now when I say as is, obviously that's not with the tools, but the toolboxes, oh, Dax is down there whipping her around, whipping a shitty. That is with the toolboxes, minus the tools. I believe he is asking 50,000 for it. That is with both beds. So he has the factory bed that came with the truck. It was literally on the truck for about 12 hours after he bought it, so it's been sitting in a barn the whole time, like new. But has a factory bed for it. The truck's in pretty good shape. Once again, this truck is just how it was for planting season. Haven't cleaned them up or anything. Just kind of wanted you guys to see an accurate depiction of how these trucks are kept. "20-inch tires, or 20-inch wheels in Herculux, I don't know, some kind of tire. They're about the same condition as mine. I would say they're 50 to 60% on the treads. Now this flatbed, this is a homemade flatbed made by the man himself over there. Made in the shop. So this bed, I believe he made it in 2011, so it is 11 years old, but overall good shape. A good flatbed. We're just going a little bit different direction on the next truck build. Probably a flatbed, but probably an aluminum. This is a steel bed with aluminum skirting. Does have a gooseneck hitch. It's one question I've been asked a few times. He does have the factory backup camera right there mounted. That is that a Reese hitch or B&W hitch? DMI hitch. So it's got a DMI hitch. Now the factory hitch from this truck is on that truck. So I guess if you want the factory bed on it, I assume that hitch would still stay on there.
Yeah, it'll go factory. That's what I had on the factory bed.
Well, your factory hitch is right there. Remember?
Yeah, but I had that, took it off and
Yeah,
put it on my
yeah.
old truck.
Yep. But yeah, stakes were all homemade. This was Dad's first welding experience with aluminum, so
Got real good. Hugs up.
it has held up the whole time. You think anything else? Oh yeah, all the emission stuff fell off this thing one night. I forgot about that. Gets a lot better mileage though, oddly enough.
You snack. Down here we get about 14, 15, and on a trip 18, 19.
Now keep in mind this truck probably weighs an extra,
It's heavier.
probably 3,000 pounds.
It's probably pushing 11,000. It made. I know my other one. I took the bed off, this bed off, and put it on when I put the factory bed. My God, it'd fly. I mean, it's so much lighter. But that bed's heavy.
Bed's heavy, toolboxes are heavy. I mean, it's got a lot of tools in it. But yeah, I mean, it's heated, cool seats. For an LTZ, it was pretty loaded for the day. This did blow off.
Yeah, it came off of it.
I think, no, this one don't have a sunroof. See, that's the thing with sunroofs, never even notice them. But it does have heated and cooled seats. Everything here works, radio, climate control, all that good stuff. Oh, turn that off. We don't want to get a copyright, but yep, everything works pretty good in the truck. I don't think anything wrong with it, you know of.
Not that I'm aware. Not that I'm aware. Runs a lot better.
Yeah, it is. I think there's a pass-through muffler on it, which, I mean, they're not obnoxiously noisy, but they're not super quiet either. They both have 5-inch exhausts on them. I think his is a 5. I know mine's a 5 with a pass-through muffler on it. I should mention that one also has the factory bed with it.
20-inch tires on it.
Yep, 20-inch wheels.
They sing. I don't like it, but they sing.
So they do sing a little bit. Okay. Yeah, any questions? Especially for the 15. He's here for a little bit. You gonna sell the D8?
Sell a D8. Oh, God. He done with it.
Well, for 200,000, we'd sell
Well,
it.
price right, yeah. Pay for my pickup.
Do you deliver? What pickup? We ain't bought none. Do you deliver? It depends on where to and, you know, the delivery fee, I guess. Wasn't really planning on it. Surprised you can find new ones at the moment. 19K. I'm gonna have to pass on that one. Are you getting moisture for the corn? We were. We could use some now. We're getting a little bit dry. Both of them have gooseneck. Yeah. How many miles on them? The 04 has 104,000. The 15 has 100. Just at 100, not quite to 100.
99.5.
Laugh my ass off. 50K. Go price the truck, dude. Why is he getting rid of it? Must be on its last leg. No, there's actually nothing wrong with it. We got in our truck. You'll see in a few videos.
That's all I got now.
35K for the 04. Done. Great for hauling around the monkeypox.
Yeah.
Amazed how you're getting a new one, still waiting on ours. Well, I guess it just depends on the dealer. Everything that has been purchased lately has was on the dealer lot. So, what are you guys doing today? Not much.
Spray.
Oh, Dad did spray. We should just do a live auction and sell them right now. I don't know. There ain't a whole lot of people in the auction at the moment. How much for the 15 with cab and no flatbed? I don't know if you really had even thought about something like that, had you?
Not really.
I think we're. I think we'd be selling it the same. I mean, same as it is. double crop beans up yet. They are coming up. So they were planted. We finished planting double crops July 1st. This is July 15th. Most of them are up out of the ground. Some of the stands look great. Some of them, get all sweaty. Maybe Whistling Diesel will buy them, Dad.
Yeah, he could just tear them up if he wanted to, couldn't he? Oh, I don't want to sell my truck to him. I want to tear it up.
As money spends. My camera lady left. She was gonna help us do this, but she's gone. You're going to get the same style bed on your new one. So if I sell that truck with the bed, I've already put my name on the list for a new one. I do have someone that is very interested in this truck with the bed. I posted it on Instagram, and within 10 minutes I had a very, very serious inquiry basically saying when they could come get it. So it's not sold yet, but it could be. 50 isn't a bad price. New one has to be close to 80. So if you bought a brand new LTZ, they are in fact very close to 80.
Then you pay tax.
Then you pay tax. Yep. Yep. Don't forget about that tax. Tax on 80,000 bucks is almost $5,500. Probably is 5,500 bucks.
I know where you're at.
I'll buy your 04 if you buy my 19. Depends on what your 19 is. Yep, factory bed for the 04 is sitting out back. We both these trucks still have their factory beds, so they can be configured multiple ways. In fact, I will sell this one with the factory bed minus the Hughes bed for $10,000 less. Oh shit! This fella said if anyone's in the market for a good service trucks, they should pick these up now. Just bought an F350. It listed for over 100. That's spicy.
Well, time you get bed on.
Yeah. My son just got his first truck. He's over the moon. 3,500 all-terrain, 66,000 miles. That's very tempting, but looking for something a little bit lower on the mile range.
10-speed.
Yeah, I kind of like the 10-speed. I do like the body style of the 19s better. They are a prettier truck in my opinion. Shipping to Australia is probably a bit expensive, I would imagine. Is shipping free? Depends on where you are. If you're in Chillicothe, I will ship this thing right to you for free. How much would it be with both beds? Which truck? So the 15 is the same price with both beds. That one, I mean, if you got both beds, it'd be $32,000. With the old bed, the factory bed that it came with, it'd be $22,000. How much for both beds? Okay. I just want the bed. That's a great setup. Yeah, I like the bed quite a bit. I did have someone offer to buy just the bed, but I don't want to do that. Just be buying another one. How many miles? So the red truck has, the 2015 truck has 99,480. The 2004 has 104,835. So I believe in the Facebook post I mislabeled that as 104 even. I was a little wrong. In Illinois, they tax you twice, new and on trade. Hell, they do that here.
Yeah.
So in Ohio, if you're buying a new vehicle and you trade it in, you pay tax on trade difference. If you're buying a used vehicle and you trade it in, you pay tax on the price of the trade, not the trade difference. Lots of taxes. A lot of high opinions on taxes. I want to pick up, you give me an umbrella? I'm not following. We're putting the Hughes bed on the Colorado. That's an idea. They probably would make you one for one. Better get the second gleaner on order before these markets crash. I don't know.
That's why I'm selling my truck. So I put down payment on the gleaner, then I'm gonna use the rock shore for my get around all the time.
You're gonna pull the header wagons with it?
Pull a header wagon, put a toolbox in the back of rock shore.
Yeah. Yeah, so combines had quite the price increase in the last few months.
Your
So
grandpa's old truck.
Huh?
Use your grandpa's
Oh
old
yeah.
truck. Use it.
Grandpa's old 86 square body. Just getting broke in. Hope you're not looking at 2022 GMC Chevys. Had them at work, trucks at the company I work for, nothing but electrical issues. Can't keep bearings in the front ends. That's some bad news.
Ooh.
That's some bad news. Hadn't heard that though. Better than Virginia. Personal property tax every year. So didn't they used to have personal tax here?
Years ago, property here, they quit probably in the 60s.
Now, how did that work?
Like grain, you stored in bins, you pay property tax or tax on it, no matter what it was.
So you paid a tax on the grain you hadn't sold yet.
If it wasn't sold by a certain time of the year, end of the year, or something. I remember Dad always complained about it. Ear corn back then, what we had the trims, and in equipment. I don't know if it's on equipment or not. I don't know.
So you were paying tax on unrealized profits.
Yeah.
Did you have to pay taxes on it after you sold it too?
Of course, income tax.
That's some serious bullshit.
Indiana was like it. Recent, I mean, has been. I don't think it's changed or not.
Yeah, I know some people say that's how the stock market should be. When someone's worth such and such $1 million because of their stock prices figured, and they think they should be paying taxes on that. I disagree completely. If you haven't sold it yet, are both trucks deleted? So the 2004 has a straight pipe. I've never tuned it. It's never been tuned to my knowledge. It was not tuned when I got it. It was completely stock when I bought it. I had every intentions of tuning it a long time ago, and I just never did. The red truck here, the 15, it is deleted. It is in fact deleted. It does not use the government juice anymore. It hasn't used any government juice in a couple years. Huh? Might get in trouble for saying that. Well, the damn thieves stole it. We didn't do it.
Well,
It's real nice of them to put a new 5-inch exhaust on it.
use soy oil and you won't have any problem. It's clean the money. Soy diesel.
Hey Dad, how many tools did Brian take off yours when he was a kid?
Quite a few. About like Dax does now. Find them laying everywhere in the yard here.
I don't remember having a toolbox in my bedroom.
Yeah. He didn't do too bad. He takes some. Still does. Never put them back.
I think there's an impact, right? Actually, I know there's an impact, right? Is it in here? Watch this. Saying I was stealing his tools. Let's look at this. What does that say right there?
Well, if I don't get it, we don't use it. It'll never be used because you don't use your tools out of your truck because you never have it with you. He never drives this truck.
Because you always got yours.
That's it. They always take my truck. That's why I got so many miles on it for 15.
Your dad needs his own channel. Well, as soon as he learns how to edit, he can go right to it. I'll even make it for him.
That's okay.
Looked at a Polaris Ranger 1000 at Farm Progress Days. 34 grand for a Polaris Ranger. That is, that's impressive.
Yeah, instead of buying a truck, I'm gonna buy me either a Vet or a Camaro. I think I'm buy me a Camaro. Have a lot more fun with that Camaro. That LS, what is it?
Z01 or the
Z01
SS.
Or the SS Camaro. Have a lot more fun. A lot cheaper. Truck.
Well, the SS is. The other one's the same price. Got more horsepower. A little bit less torque. Hello from Peoria, Illinois. I was just talking about that place. I want to buy the 2015. So my email address will be in the description of this video after we're done. It is Briansfarmingvidoes@gmail.com. If you guys are interested in either one of these trucks, email me. Like I say, I do have someone pretty interested in the 04, but I have not seen any money yet. So they are still both for sale. Do the same thing on real estate. Pretty much, the government taxes you every year for it. It's kind of bullcrap.
The next year, be a lot more real estate taxes.
Yep, we paid ours the other day, and I mean, like our house, you figure out. I mean, I think ours is $1,600 a year. I mean, that's almost $100 a month just to own a house.
Is that and a half?
Huh? No,
Oh.
ours is fairly cheap for the house. What's your opinion on a Dodge Cummins? So I've never owned a Dodge truck. I've always heard people speak very highly of the engine and very poorly of the rest of the truck, but I've never owned one. I've always been very pro Chevrolet. Dad, you've never had a Dodge truck, have you?
No, but they're nice trucks now. I think they all are, I guess.
I think they all look damn near alike inside, personally.
Yeah, I'm just Chevrolet
guy. Dale Earnhardt didn't drive a Dodge. Hello from Hillsboro. Well, hello. Your dad and George need their own channel. They've talked about that many a times. Do they roll coals? So I don't think so. Dad's might very little. I mean, there's probably an EFI tune on this, if I had to guess. I really don't remember, to be completely honest with you. I believe it was tuned with EFI, but it has a very light tune on it. It was just a tow tune. Both these are work trucks. Neither one of them we were looking to tear up. I did say Earnhardt, Dale Earnhardt. Just tuning in, why are you selling them? Well, we might be upgrading the fleet a little bit. Brian, what truck are you looking at to replace? So we've both been looking at newer Duramaxes, so we're pretty, like I say, pro Chevrolet. Chevrolet or GMC. I like the look of a new GMC a little bit better, but I like the interior of the Chevy a little better. We have a good used 4020 or 4420. What's a 4420?
4430.
Oh, John Deere Combine.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I didn't see the Combine part.
Yep.
So you never had a John Deere Combine until the 90s, right?
Not until they came with the 9000 series, and we bought one. I'd ordered a 7720, 88, 89, and it's still the levers, where the leaner had the push buttons, and I backed out of it, and I did. Bought the N5, I guess that was the 80s. Then bought a year-old 9500 as soon as they came out with them, a year after. Been John Deere until 06, I guess. When
06 was the first Cat.
Bought the Cat.
We demoed a Cat, I believe it was a 560, wasn't it?
Yeah, small one.
In 2005. Us and a few neighbors demoed one, and they sold 3 of them that year down here. So, large exodus of John Deere at that particular point in time. Now we're the only ones left. You can get the same service for a little bit. For some reason, we're having signal issues around here. Never really had it before. But anyway, someone was talking about the interiors of pickups. There are some interiors that are only for certain trucks. So like the High Country has its own interior package. The AT4 has its own interior package. To me, that's really the only differences, but there you go. I like the looks of the Denali over the silver. I like the outside appearance of a Denali, but not the price. They are the most expensive. So yeah, we were the most expensive. So yeah, we're buffering for a little bit. Are we buffering for a little bit? Are we buffering again? When are you starting the new house? So that should all get started this fall, but I have said that for 2 falls. So Mrs. Brown isn't believing it till the dirt starts breaking. Yeah, never mind. Would you delete your new one? That's illegal. We wouldn't do that. Yeah, there is warranty, and plus I've heard that it's very expensive to delete a new one if you can. Like 2 to 3 times is more expensive. Like 10 grand to do it, basically, is what I've heard through the grapevine on the dark webs. Press live, everyone. I believe you mean press like. So if everyone would like the video, that'd be awesome. New shop anytime soon, so we are waiting on quotes on that. Still waiting. That is the plan, but we're still waiting. At this point, I would say it would probably be January before it was built and back, like, to be able to move into it. Which Yoder is building it? His name is Raymond. He is the guy that has built our hoot barn, he's built our drive-through, and he's also the one that's going to build our house. So.
Don't know if he's going to build a shop, don't know about price yet.
Well, we don't know about the price, yeah. I mean, we are pricing, so, but I would say he's probably going to be cheaper than most.
Market keeps going down. We ain't building a shop.
Yeah, market has went down, but I think it's going to come back up personally.
You got grain sell.
We do have some more grain to sell. But oddly enough, Mr. Yoder, we did have to pull him out of the ditch the other day. My wife said, "You're going to pull the Amishman out of the ditch," and it didn't dawn on me till we were down there that we're pulling the Amishman skid steer out of the ditch with a. No audio from New. Man, we must have really bad service. So I'm not sure why we keep losing service. Maybe if I'm right on the edge of the Wi-Fi. Maybe that's better. Can you guys hear me now? Oh my goodness. How much service do we have here? It looks like we have good service here. Let's see if we have any more questions. Are you going to get another Gleaner? Not at the moment. I don't believe so. It'd have to be a smoking hot deal. Would you consider a Toyota? Not for our main work trucks. I have no problems with Toyotas. For a long time, I was very anti-Toyota. You know, that ain't America. But it's pretty hard to argue with their reliability. So, but not for a work truck, I don't think. I mean, I don't think they make a 1-ton pickup. Yeah, there goes one of the neighbors. At least if you're going to get a 2022 GMC, they finally fixed their name. Only Allison 6-speed failure issues on the Duramaxes. Huh, I hadn't heard of that. Someone said there was no audio during the house portion of this. So basically with the house, our plan is to hopefully be started. Oh, worked on the new house question, but has been on and off buffering. Okay, well, hopefully we'll be starting the house this fall. We've said that before. Right now, there's no obstacles in our way for it to not start this fall. But this time last year, we felt that same thing. So sometime I'll go into pretty big details on why this has taken so long. It's been the most frustrating process, and we haven't even started building the house yet. Toyota trucks are made in Texas. I know that, but for a long time they weren't, and you know they were. I mean, they're a Japanese company, and when I was younger, that just didn't feel right. You may want to look into getting a booster for your Wi-Fi. I was using cellular service. This is a cellular-based iPad, and it usually works great. For some reason, it was not. Going back through here and
Working on that time?
huh? It should. I don't know why I'm having issues with service, and it's just this iPad. So I don't know if the iPad's getting old and it's losing service or what. Someone said Elon Musk is buying GM. I had not heard that. I heard he was buying Twitter and backed out. But if anyone has any other questions on the trucks, better let us know soon, because I think Dad's getting ready to put his away. And I've got the yard to mow. Need to mow my yard. Let's see here. Blame Biden. Yeah, we don't want to get political, but well, moving on. Elon must need platform GMCs to make electric trucks. Probably needs them to run the generator or take gas to the generators. Eventually, will both Challengers be replaced by Fence? I don't know. When the other Challenger leases up, it'll probably just depend on pricing and all that kind of stuff. It could be Challenger, or it could be a Fent. Oh, there's someone texting me now on my truck. So, could be a Challenger, or not Challenger. It won't be a Challenger. They don't make those anymore. Could be a Fent. It could be a Massey Ferguson. They've kind of replaced in my opinion, they're very similar to what Challenger used to be. Could be a John Deere. I have no problems with John Deere. It could be red. I doubt it. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Need to see more of Mrs. Brown. She has a good sense of humor. You guys see her on her good days. Dad, they said Hans is a beautiful dog.
Yeah, he is. He sure needs worked on. Combed. Don't you have Hans?
Yeah. He's the reason our mail doesn't get delivered to the house. My boss bought a 21 GMC Denali 3500. Cost him around 85. That, yeah, I can see that. Seems to be what Denalis are going for. So, like I said, they seem to be the most expensive package for a Duramax. The Chevy High Countries, they seem to be about $3,000 less than a Denali. LTZs seem to be about $5,000 less than that. I'm sure a GMC SLT is probably a little bit more money than an LTC Chevy. I don't know. Seems to me that all GMCs usually start out about $2,000 higher than a Chevrolet. How much more tiling is in the future this year? So none probably till after harvest, but we still have, I think how many acres are left? We're about half done down there, but the acres that we have left are big runs. So we should get a lot of it done this year. Hopefully we can finish the whole thing.
75 acres? 50, 70?
Something like that. The ground that is tiled, Dad was just spraying over there a couple days ago, and how'd it look?
Well, where the corn didn't get crusted out, it's 2 foot higher than the rest of it. It looks great. It got air to it, moisture away from it. But it's just 3 or 4 rows.
Yeah.
Plus it's sunk. God, it's rough.
Yeah, it is rough over there.
We gotta figure out some way to.
Someone said, how can you stand to live in Chillicothe and have the smell from the meat?
Not bad use, man.
Yeah, the paper mill is what they're talking about. There's a paper mill in Chillicothe. And up until probably 20 years ago when you drove by it, it just stunk terrible. There's also a water treatment plant right beside the paper mill. It doesn't help any. But it's not near as bad as it used to be. And we live far enough away, we usually don't smell it here. Someone said something about what packages are the trucks going to? Oh, the new trucks. Yeah, you just have to see.
I get work truck. 2 wheels, 4 wheels.
Wonder if GMC is going to have fully box frames versus C channel. So, from what I understand, like in 2011, those became box frames. Up until then, like that's a C channel frame truck. Pretty sure it was like 2011. Basically, the first years they started doing def, they upgraded the frames, the drivetrain, the brakes, all that stuff happened around that time with Duramaxes, I think. I could be off on my years, but that's what I had a pretty knowledgeable Duramax guru tell me once. Does your dad like his new excavator? What'd you do, park it in the barn and that's
Well,
about
there
it?
I haven't used them. We're getting a mulching head should come next week. I just talked to him.
Yeah.
I got some dude right down there to dig out. I'm gonna do it in the evenings, ain't done yet.
Yeah, so we do have some excavation coming up.
We're gonna move that hill to D8.
We have a little bit of dirt work we're going to do, and then eventually we got to get the D8 over to where I'm building a house because there's a lot of dirt work we're going to do there.
We gotta put the tracks on first.
And we did buy a set of tracks for the D8. Now we got to take our pads off the old tracks, but yeah, we got some stuff to do. How did you like your horse planter? So it is a drill. It's a little bit different than a planter. I'm going to do a review video on that machine, but I want to wait till after we harvest the beans because right now I'm afraid I'm a little biased towards how they look. I want to see how they actually do before I give any kind of opinions on it on a video. But right now, I wish we would have bought a planter and just spread our wheat because we had spread wheat this year. I was worried about how that would do, and we had the best wheat we've ever had. So I don't think there's any problem with spreading your wheat and tilling it in. The drill did okay, but there's just places where it didn't, I don't know, the stand's not there. There's also places where it didn't get in the ground very well. The bar itself does not flex. There's two bars. There's no flexing in those 2 bars. There's 2 20-foot sections. And I could see that in some places where the beans just didn't go in the ground because the bar did not flex to go down. That's just is what it is. Versus if we would have bought a Horse Maestro splitter planter, I think it is on 4 20-foot or 4 10-foot sections. Has a lot more flexibility in the parallel units, a lot more up and down travel. I think it would have been a better bean planter for sure. But it seems to do okay. The Maestro was about 100 grand more, I think, maybe more, maybe twice as much money. Like an Avatar is roughly $200,000 is what an Avatar sells for. At least they did last year. I believe a Maestro is probably in that 350 to 400 range. So quite a bit cheaper, but I think the Maestro would have done quite a bit better. That's why I want to wait. Dad's been spraying the beans. He's actually seen the stands a lot better than I have from the road, and he says they look great.
I just sprayed some double crops over at the harvest, just a few patches. They don't look bad if we keep getting rain. There's some thin spots, things that didn't come out, go in the ground, where lost straw, but they don't look that bad.
It's just
They're just thin. Drilled beans are thinner than, so you know, like I tell them, you drill beans, we used to, years ago, me and brother, 7.5 inch. You plant them and don't look at them for 2 or 3 weeks. Go back and they're all up and they look good, but coming up they really look thin.
piss poor, I think.
They're ratty.
Yeah. I planted a lot higher population this year too. I mean, we definitely used more seed. With the bean planter we had last year, it had individual rows shut off. I basically turned the row shut off completely off because with the drill, it's not very accurate. It's not accurate enough, in my opinion, to have your shut off. So when there's 2 sections, and I just, after seeing a few blank spots, I eventually just turned them off and I'm planting manual. So there's a lot more overlap. Is that really kicking us in the ass on the bottom end? I mean, it's maybe costing us $1,000 a year, maybe, in seed. Maybe. I don't even know if it's that much. Probably more like $400 or $500. So not the end of the world. It's just annoying. I never once really had to work on that planter though. Had to adjust a sensor one time, and I had to plug seed tube a couple times. So that was nice. Let's see here. Reason for selling. I'm guessing you're talking about the trucks. We are just updating our vehicle fleet a little bit here. And that's really the only reason. I mean, truth be told, it's because one of us got a wild hair in our ass, looked at a new truck, and the other one did. How long before Dax is introduced to tractor, grain cart, etc.? So Dax is only 7. It's going to be a little while. I mean, I don't think I drove a grain cart until I was probably 12, maybe 13. I don't know. And I mean, I'm not going to push him into it. I want him to want to do it. Is kind of where I'm at with it. And 7's way too young, in my opinion. Not mature enough yet to do that. Did you ever figure out why the horse was refusing to fold up? So it is, in fact, a sensor issue. If you go back and watch some of his videos where I was having that issue, there's 2 green checks that have to, 2 red X's that turn to green checks whenever the planter folds into a certain position and trips a sensor. And I didn't know this, but I was not getting a green check on both sides. The guy from Horsch told me what to adjust. I did. I did have an issue after that, so I might need to replace that sensor. But we were trying to finish planting, and I was in a hurry, so he showed me how to fold it up without having to worry about that sensor. So I just did that a little bit and ended up getting her done. 140K for 13-inch row soybeans. So 140 is what we were planting on 15s last year. I did a 30-inch plot for Ag Leader, and it went all the way down to 60 or 80,000 and all the way up to like 220. And I couldn't hardly see any difference from any of those populations. I did like planting around 140 because that was basically 1 unit per acre, and it just made it real easy to figure things. With the Horsch, early I was planting 160, then I bumped up to 180, and then double crops we did 220. So that's more than what we would have done on 15-inch rows. What is the Fendt going to be used for mainly? So it is replacing the corn planter tractor, so it will mainly pull the corn planter. For one, it has dual hydraulic pumps. Neither one of our other tractors do. And running downforce on the planter, you need a lot of hydraulic flow. So we are maxed out on hydraulic flow, and I believe that was giving us some issues that first year. This one has double the hydraulic capacity, so it will definitely be the corn planting tractor. It'll either be on the grain cart or a tillage tool in the fall also. Will you sell the 8-foot bed of that truck? Which truck? And it depends on if someone wants them both. Are you still dry over there? It is dry enough. So we had a 10th of rain last night or night before, and I mean, it's going now. there's not any more questions. Someone asked something about that Roxor. How are the Roxors still liking them? Still love mine. Drive it pretty often. I'll probably, I don't know. I'd like to make a road trip in it. I kind of regret putting the 488 gearing in it because it's not the most cruise friendly, but Dad drives his about every evening, cruising around looking at crops.
Yeah, right there.
Yep, it's right over there.
Car show in town. We'll go there.
He's going to apparently drive it to a car show tonight. That's a little different. But, yeah, he's got, I think, 2,800 miles on his. And I think I have 5,100 on mine. So we drive them a decent amount, especially for something that's more like a side-by-side. That's what they're technically classified as. But driving them on the road, we put, you know, a lot more miles on them than we do like a Gator. Don't be too harsh on the drill. The conditions you drilled into were far from ideal. It's not a direct drill as such, but it will do. Well, I mean, if it can't drill into the conditions that we're planting into, then it's not for us. That's like it. Don't get me wrong. When we were doing double crops, that was about as hard a planting as it can get, I think, for this area. I mean, we were very dry and we were planting through thick straw, but if my case planter could do that before and this one can't, that's a problem. I mean, it just is what it is. Is that how you feel about it?
Yeah, I don't know. Somebody said something about the adjustment of the boots or something, another adjustment or something.
Well, that's another thing. I'm not claiming to be a horse guru. There could be something I didn't have adjusted. I cranked my depth way down and basically went from there. Adjusted my downforce all the way down and sent it.
We'll find out this fall.
Man, it is humid today. Just reading some of these last questions. 100-day corn. I wonder how many 100-day. We have a lot of 109 to 113 day. That's what most of ours is.
We've seen several fields 30 miles from us today. Yesterday, 30, 40 mile up road. Never been planted.
Yep. So
several acres.
We've went to a few dealerships in the last couple of days, and we just west of Circleville area, Circleville, Ohio. So you're talking west central Ohio. It must have been really wet there. That's the first time I'd been through there this year, and yeah, there was a lot of unplanted fields. Do you ever plow? We haven't plowed anything in quite a while. We chisel plowed some last year because AGCO let us use a chisel plow, and that was really the only reason.
What are we going to do this year?
We are probably going to have to chisel plow some more because these wheat fields are so uneven. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
The wheat fields are so uneven. I would say we're going to chisel them and then field cultivate them to smooth them down. Okay. Trading or selling your trucks? So we are selling them outright. That's kind of where we're at.
If we do, we buy a new one. If not, we won't.
Yeah, the original bed, I thought I saw it in a video. I do have the original bed. We have the original beds for both trucks, but depending on who buys them, I mean, they're kind of being offered with the trucks. Especially mine, they're 04, just because I have no problem keeping that bed. It's one thing I should mention. If you buy the 04 and you don't want the utility bed, that's fine, but I'm going to have to take it to Hughes Equipment, and they're going to take the bed off. So, I mean, I guess if you showed up here today and didn't want that bed, you're not leaving with that truck today. I mean, so there would be a little bit of a lag there. Damn, what are your beans? I plant 6.9s. I didn't even know they went that late. So ours are 3.5 to 3.9. That's I think all of ours this year were in that range.
Wow, where's he at?
Yeah, where are you planting 6.9s? That has to be in Louisiana or something like that. Love the video. Shout out if possible from Fred's Crane Rail and Railroad Work. There you go, Fred. Huh, North Carolina. That's where the 6.9s are. I wouldn't have guessed that. Buying a Ford truck. Someone's funny. Yes, if we're buying Fords.
What?
We need a truck, man.
We got one for it.
We can't afford to be broke down.
We got one for it.
Dad's getting old. He can't push a truck uphill these days. Oh, that was funny. I needed that. Thanks, Ralph. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. Dad's going to go take him a cruise, and like I say, I'm going to go mow my yard. So thanks for hanging out. Like I say, if anyone is interested in either one of those trucks or both of them, even better, email me, briansfarmingvidoes@gmail.com. Please, only if you're interested. I mean, I would love to talk to everyone and BS about trucks, but I really appreciate it if you're interested. Email me. If not, just keep it to the comments. And we'll see you in the next one.